Good morning. I will present you this study, formulation and evaluation of fast disintegrating tablet using polyfunctional matrix. The tablet is the most widely used pharmaceutical form. However, the elderly and the children have difficulty to swallow conventional tablets, which leads to poor treatment compliance. Around 50% of the population experiences such difficulties, with the possible consequence of not taking the medication and also a strong impact of treatment compliance. To overcome this problem, formulators have developed a new drug delivery system, which is rapid disintegrating tablet or rapid dissolving tablet. These tablets will disintegrate or dissolve or disperse in saliva. The objective of this study was to develop a rapidly disintegrating tablet by direct compression using a polyfunctional excipient. A polyfunctional excipient or co-processed excipient simplify the manufacturing process. It will suffice to mix the formulated polyfunctional excipient or co-processed excipient with the active ingredient and compress directly in order to formulate a fast disintegrating tablet which disintegrates in the mouth on contact with saliva in less than 3 minutes according to the pharmacopoeia, and preferably in less than 60 seconds. Fast disintegrating tablets are the tablets for mouth use. Their disintegration will be in the mouth on contact with saliva. The absorption of the active ingredients will be in the gastrointestinal tract. The polyfunctional excipients have many advantages. They improve flow properties. The polyfunctional excipient is autocompressible. It preserves these properties after incorporation of active ingredient with a poor compressibility properties. A low regular filling of the matrix during compression and therefore regular tablet weights. Use of polyfunctional excipient provides formulas with stability and reproducibility during industrial scale-up and industrial transfer. The raw materials used are: first, mannitol. Mannitol is widely used in pharmaceutical formulation. It is used as a diluent in tablet formulation. Mannitol is a soluble excipient which confers the greatest stability to solid pharmaceutical forms. It's not hygroscopic. It's plasticizer, sweetening agent, bulking agent for capsule and tablets. It's also therapeutic agent and osmotic agent. Mannitol is widely used in pharmaceutical formulation of tablets as a diluent agent at rates varying between 10 and 90% in relation to its low hygroscopicity, and can therefore be easily used with active ingredients sensitive to moisture. It can be used in direct compression or by wet granulation. It dries quickly. The second excipient is the maize starch or cornstarch. Cornstarch has good disintegrating properties due to its swelling power in water. Therefore, it must be incorporated in high amounts, usually above 15%. It is used as a tablet and capsule diluent, tablet and capsule disintegrant, and tablet binder. In tablet formulation, cornstarch is used at concentration of 5 to 25%, in tablet granulation as a binder. The third excipient is the crosspovidone. Crosspovidone is a water-insoluble disintegrant and dissolution agent in tablets prepared by direct compression or wet granulation or dry granulation method. Crosspovidone has the ability to rapidly attract water inside the tablet, increase the volume of tablet, and hydrostatic forces causing disintegration of tablet. Crosspovidone has the advantage of combining two disintegration mechanisms. The first mechanism is swelling, the second mechanism is capillarity. Microscopic examination of crosspovidone shows a granular and porous appearance which facilitates the penetration of water inside the tablet. It swells quickly on contact with water but returns to its original size after compression. The colloidal silica, the small size of the colloidal silica particles, and its very large specific surface or a large specific area allow dry powder good flow properties. Colloidal silica has been disintegrating properties. It's also used as an adsorbent agent and dispersing agent. It allows the dispersion of a powder in liquid vehicle. The sodium stearyl fumarate, inert and compatible excipient with several active ingredients and other excipients. Sodium stearyl fumarate is used as a lubricant in capsule and tablet formulation up to 2% concentration. For the method section, I will begin with preliminary test or preliminary assays. I remind you that the small particle size of cornstarch gives it poor flow. In addition, the high elasticity of its particles gives it poor compressibility and, therefore, tablets with a low hardness. Furthermore, mannitol also has poor flow properties due to its small particle size. In the manufacture of orodispersible tablets, the most important characteristic of evaluating the formulation are the flowability of the pellets or flowability of granules or the powder mixture during compression, which will guarantee the regularity of weight and regularity of dosage. Abrasion resistance. Donc we will obtain a non-friable tablet. The cohesion after compaction of the particle which conditions the hardness of the tablet. In order to improve the rheological properties of our powder mixture, the process used in our formulation is a wet granulation in a classical granulator mixer to obtain a polyfunctional excipient. In this study, we have carried out 5 series of tests whose proportions in diluent and binder are: in series A, 90% of mannitol and 10% of cornstarch. In series B, 80% of mannitol and 20% of cornstarch. In series C, 70% of mannitol and 30% of cornstarch. In series D, 60% of mannitol and 40% of cornstarch. In series E, 50% of mannitol and 50% of cornstarch. For each series, perform 3 essays or 3 trials. For each trial or essay, a proportion of cornstarch is used to prepare the binder solution. This proportion constitutes 10, 30, and 50% of the cornstarch contained in the formula. The preliminary test carried out initially using as a diluent mannitol and as a binding agent cornstarch were carried out with the objective of defining the optimal proportion of cornstarch to have tablets meeting 2 requirements. First requirement, sufficient hardness. A second requirement, short disintegration time. The optimal proportion of cornstarch used is 20%. The 3 trials carried out with this proportion are in conformity with the pharmacotechnical controls. In order to optimize the disintegration time, the formula of the selected test or selected assay was repeated by incorporating a disintegrating agent from the group of super disintegrants, cross-povidone, and a flow agent. The qualitative formula is contained mannitol as a diluent, cornstarch as a binder, cross-povidone as a disintegrating agent, colloidal silica as a flowing agent, and stearyl fumarate, sodium stearyl fumarate as a lubricant. Different step of process. Donc, first step, blending of excipient. Second step, granulation. Third step, integration of the active ingredient furosemide, blending with the obtained granule, and cooperation to prepare tablets. About results, donc the granule was controlled. It presents residual moisture content in the up to 3%. The flow time is under 10 seconds, donc according to the standard of the pharmacopée. The particle size distribution shows a homogeneous distribution of particle size. The tablet present a friability conform with the pharmacopée. Donc, friability is under 1% according to the pharmacopée. Disintegration time is less than 3 minutes according also to the pharmacopée. You also see the readability test on the right side of the screen, which is done in less than 3 seconds. In conclusion, the formulated matrix has the following characteristics. It has good flow properties. It allows the formulation of tablets of different size and with different dosage of active ingredients that are not self-compressible. It is a polyfunctional excipient for direct compression. It has good mixing properties and allows the maintenance of homogeneity under the vibration of the compression machine. The formulated matrix allowed that by simple physical mixing, we can obtain all dispersible tablets in conformity when according with the specification of the pharmacopoeia. Thanks for your attention.